There are a number of expressions to describe what we have called serial numbering, including batch traceability, lot control, lot numbering, etc. The purpose is the same, and that is to track an individual stock item or batch of items from the point at which it is acquired or created to the point at which it is consumed or dispatched. In doing so, we can identify the source of any product dispatched to a customer back not only to its source in production, but also from there right back to an individual component or ingredient or batch of ingredients purchased from a supplier. Conversely, we can identify where an individual component or batch was used either in production and or a specific delivery to a customer. To illustrate this, we have set up a number of orders for an organic product, in this example coffee, and we can take a look at how this differs from what we would normally do within central accounting for order processing. We start by looking at receipt of goods against purchase order. We can search for the correct order as before, and enter the supplier's delivery note number. We have the same options as previously to create back orders and accept over deliveries, but on this occasion, as we enter the quantity here, we see that we are invited to enter a serial number for each quantity. From our delivery note, we can see that only 25 kilos of this particular delivery came in with the first bag. For simplicity, we'll call that serial bag number 1. And there is a second bag which we will call bag number 2. It has a best before date, and the other one likewise. So now we're telling the system that in addition to the stock quantity of 50 that we have received, 25 of that quantity has been designated bag 1 and 25 bag 2. At that point we submit and create the GRN as before. Now if we look at our stock, we can see that the 50 are there as previously. We'll quickly run through that again. Goods received, new GRN, search, delivery note number, quantity, and give each a serial number and best before date if applicable. Then click Submit. Items that are not serial numbered or flagged as serial numbered will be processed in the normal way. If we now take a look at the works orders, and there are 3 set up here. This one is for primary production of the roasted blend, and these 2 are for subsequent grinding and packing of that coffee bean. So we complete the first order, and as before we have the option to change the completed quantity, identify scrap, and amend the component inputs. On this occasion, because this is flagged as a serial numbered part, we're invited to give a serial number to the quantity produced. We can alter this quantity and have 10 kilos as batch number 1, and the balance, which automatically recalculates the total, as batch number 2. We can give this a best before date. Then we have to tell the system which particular serial numbered components went into the batch production. If we have taken a part quantity from one bag and the balance from another bag, then we can set that up here. That's all that is necessary, and now we complete the order by clicking Complete. We can also specify in advance which batch serial number the components should be taken from. For example, in this second order, if we go to print the job card, we have the same information as previously, but now we also have a prompt at the top to say that because those serial numbered components were required, we can edit the works order and specify them. For example, we can specify that the 6.25 kilos required to make this batch come from the works order that we have just completed, and we can give the product that we're making a serial number as before, a number of these serial numbers, and again specify best before date. Click to update the order. Now, when we look at the job card, we can see that the serial numbered part has a very clear indication of which batch should be used and in what quantity. The job card is then issued in the normal way. When we come to complete that order, we'll see that we are prompted with the information that we previously input, in terms of batch creation and batch consumption. But of course, we can change that if the reality turned out to be something different. From our sales order, we can generate a picking list, then select a method by picking, by due date, postcode, or delivery method. Because this is a serial number controlled part, we are being asked which batch to use, and we can check to see what quantities are available on each of these serial numbers. Care should be taken here to ensure that the correct unit of quantity is used, sales or stock. At that point we can click Confirm, and we are shown a picking note as before, but now with serial number information on it. When we dispatch the invoice, we are again asked to confirm where we actually took that product from in terms of serial numbers and batches. If this has come from multiple batches or serial numbers, we set them out as before.